Hi there, it's Polly here in the depths of winter, as you can see. Well, what passes for winter here in Perth? We are tropical creatures and we get upset if it drops below about 17 degrees Celsius. So, yes, more tales of Toxic Gamer. So, like, recently, actually, we've had a few losses in the RPG community. Some people have died. And unfortunately, they've been preventable deaths. Yes, there have been people who've basically not taken care of themselves and died. Bringing us to our friend Toxic Gamer. This guy's eating habits were quite literally legendary. He was enormous. Now, here in Australia, there was a sort of a family chain restaurant called Sizzlers. One of those things where you go in and, it's got the all-you-can-eat kind of salad and dessert bar, but you order like steaks and this sort of thing. And while you wait, they bring out all the sort of all the Parmesan fried cheese toast and all this sort of stuff, and all these other sort of things that you could want. But obviously, this is relatively popular. If there's one near a convention, that whole kind of I want cheap food, plenty of it, and I want it now kind of thing holds true with a lot of fans. So having a Sizzlers somewhere near a convention, obviously you get people thundering in. So we all go to a convention in another state, in Canberra. Toxic Gamer is there. Whole bunch of us, like some people, where we go, says, well, the problem with Canberra is it just shuts down at night. It's kind of like it's a government town, so the government offices all closed, so the CBD is just deserted. So, oh well, hang on, there is a Sizzlers for some baffling reason. Oh well, we can try Sizzlers. And Toxic Gamer says, I've just got a thing. Thing was like a general kind of, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. So I'll meet you in there. Okay, so we sort of get in, you prepay, put your order in, we'll be down that, get a little thing, table 21, good. And this guy just kind of meets us. Oh, okay. I didn't see him come in, but I don't know, maybe he rushed in before us, or maybe he was behind us and we didn't see. So he immediately heads for the soup and salad and dessert bar, and he just comes back with like 4 or 5 bowls of soup, 400 tons of ice cream, all these kind of fudge brownie things they've got. The salad thing includes like all kinds of cold cuts and cold chicken and all these sorts of things. But he's like waving these guys in. I'll bring him all the fried cheese toast and all the things, and then he starts saying, "Oh, where's my steak? What? I ordered a steak. Oh, the orders for this table have been delivered. So, well, this isn't good enough. I ordered them. Oh, okay. Sorry. What did you order again?" And so they go off, and then suddenly, security turns up, and he sees them coming towards the table, and this guy just bang, and he's gone out the door. What the hell was that? This guy's run up to us, say, "Is he gone?" So that guy, yeah, he met us at this table and everything. So, turns out they actually have a photo of this Toxic Gamer on the wall behind the counter of every single Sizzlers in that entire chain across the country. Because what he would do is he would hang around the exit door, because they had definite in and out, and as someone comes, opens the thing, because it's only like a one-way door that clicks behind you, but as someone leaves, he would then slip in. This was what he would do. He would then slip in, chow down on the free, soup, salad, dessert bar, and with all the freebies going past, and if he could, would scam himself into free steaks. And he had done it so often and had been caught at it so often that he was now, black banned from entering the building. So there's actually a photo of this guy saying this guy is a thief, refuse him service, and call security. So yes, that's us kind of. Sorry, man, we didn't know. So we know you weren't to know, but if you hear him saying he's going to Sizzlers, could you let us know? Actually, we will. We gone to another kind of little buffet sort of restaurant with this guy once. And again, you pay some money and you get whatever you want off the buffet. So, okay, and then go over to a table and sit down and eat, like the civilized beings that we indeed are. So, we're sitting down and then we see Toxic Gamer. And he's got like one plate under the crook of his arm, another plate in his hands, and he's just like grabbing everything he can off this buffet. It's like, you can go back as many times as you want, it's like, but he's just like piling this stuff on. And I must say, I have a habit of making quips. I'm a comedy writer; it's what I do. So as I went past, he just said, "Oh, no. You need to just put your chair there." What? I mean, it's carrying over to the table's a stupid way. So, oh, and another big fat gamer had heard me do it. So we sit down at this table, and a friend comes past, and can I sit with you guys? Yeah, sure you can. We sit down and say, yeah, I'm wondering how long security's going to take. So, how long security's going to take? So, the guys at the buffet. What? So we get up and kind of go around the corner. Yeah, Toxic Gamer and this other guy have both grabbed chairs. They've sat them physically at the buffet, kind of like pushed around and stuff so they got space. Or actually, no, they just had I think they just kept some sauces there to throw bones on. And they're just sitting there reaching out and grabbing handfuls of stuff off the buffet plates and just kind of eating it as it is and, kind of chucking the bits. So chicken, cake, prawns, it's like, and everyone else trying to use the buffet is like, oh, geez. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, they got kitty out there too. Toxic Gamer's most famous food incident, and this kind of really shocked and horrified us, as we just didn't understand a human being could eat that much. So we're all playing role-playing games at a friend's house, and ding, there comes the dinner bell is rung. We'll take a break, and there was a pizza place down sort of the end of the block. So everyone walks down there, Toxic Gamer included. So we're all saying, oh well, we don't have that much money, but also, we're normal human beings, normal human appetite. So, you look at your friend, do you want to kind of, you and I get a pizza together? And like, yeah, what do you want? So people, I'll get this. I want the extra mushrooms. I want this. Fantastic. Toxic Gamer leans in and points out, family tray pizza, what's that? I said, that's for big parties and so on. So, it's a big tray. It's like it's this kind of 3 foot long, huge tray that you then divide up into square pieces if you've got to feed a party. I've one of them. We thought, is he buying pizza for everybody? Because it was more than enough to feed the entire RPG group. No, this is for him. And he leans in and says, how long is that going to take? Says, it takes about 15-20 minutes for the pizzas to cook, sir. I said, all right. They've got rotisserie chickens in a thing by the side there. I've one of them. Oh, okay. So they sort of put this in a foil bag. And then, so we're sitting around, we're just leaning about, and then suddenly we hear this sound. We look. This guy has ripped open the bag. He's got a whole rotisserie chicken, and he's just gripping it in 2 hands. Now, he's not pulling the legs and wings off and eating them. He's just got this whole rotisserie chicken in 2 hands, and he's just kind of vacuuming the flesh off the bone. And just skeletonizing this thing. This is the snack to hold him during the 15 to 20 minutes it's going to take for his entire family tray pizza to cook. I wouldn't have believed it hadn't seen it. A whole chicken followed by this. A friend put it beautifully. He says, I've never before witnessed a human being digging their grave with their own teeth. Yeah, absolutely. We had breakfast at this guy's place once, and we got to see how he lived, and it was really weird. He had a mother who just basically kind of fed the monster. So we're going to spend a whole day role-playing. It was a long weekend, I think, so we've gone down there. But, turn up real early, we'll have breakfast, and we'll get this stuff going. We saw his breakfast, and there's mid-loin lamb chops, pieces of fish, a whole packet of bacon, pancakes, and it's and we're actually feeling a bit ill. It's he said, yeah, no, pitching, you can have some. Oh, look, I'll have a couple of pieces of bacon and a couple of eggs and maybe a piece of toast. And that's a massive, massive breakfast for any of us. And this guy's just entire huge fish fillets, 3 or 4 lamb chops. He's got a whole steak he's cooked for himself. Scrambled eggs. Another stack of pancakes. In the words of my Scottish ancestors, I'm going to balk. But, yeah, we're sitting there playing games, and his mother would come out, and it was like a bell rang. Every I think basically every hour on the hour she would turn up with snacks for this guy. But she had like whole Chinese dim sum dumpling steamers. She would come out with this steamer and like pull the top off, and there's like a dozen Chinese dumplings for him to eat. And the next hour she's back and she's made like fried chicken. Here's half a dozen pieces of fried chicken for him to eat. And then the next hour, ding, she's come out and here's a whole bunch of deep fried prawns for him to eat. Ding, next time she's going, oh, here's a whole bunch of cupcakes. Like, again, as like, so this guy was enormous. And bafflingly was in the army. And they were like trying to get rid of him all the time, but some vague thing, he could work the system. Eventually they caught up with him and they booted him, but he was working the system and avoiding the actually yearly fitness test by kind of getting himself moved from department to department. Anyway, but finally he was playing miniatures, an ancients game in fact, with another gamer. And that gamer, bless him, braver person than I, Toxic Gamer goes out to the toilet and he literally busted an O-ring. He had a brain aneurysm. He strained so hard on the toilet, he burst a blood vessel in his brain. And he collapsed. And this other guy's like out kind of, well, this guy's taking a while to take his turn. Then he hears this BAM! Jeez. He runs out and finds this guy's collapsed. So, okay, he kind of runs around and do some immediate first responder stuff and phones for the ambulance. This guy's taken off to the hospital. So the role-playing group, we sort of get together and we've heard he's collapsed, so we're going to go and see him the next day. So everyone kind of meets at the hospital. We have that kind of supportive talk and say, okay, look, obviously there's going to have to be some major changes happening in this guy's life, and we've got to kind of help him do it. So, all right, no more pizza, no more greasy fried foods, no more kind of takeaway stuff for dinner at the games table. We'll arrange to have some decent stuff, and no more kind of no snacks, no chips, no lollies, the sugar Coke and all this stuff. That goes. We will keep him away from temptation, and we'll help this process as much as possible. Yeah, okay, good, agreed. And we go into the hospital up to meet him, and we walk into this hospital room, and there he is, this enormous fat guy. And here in Australia, we do not wear boxer shorts. It's not a thing. Budgie smugglers are the go. So this guy's wearing this little tiny red set of budgie smugglers. Otherwise, he's just naked, and he's just sitting up there in bed with a huge gut out. Now, he's actually had surgery on this aneurysm, so he has a livid, like, fresh operation scar from one temple to the other. And they've held this together with a row of staples. So he's definitely, the full Frankenstein's monster look. He's sitting there in bed, and he's got a full family bucket of KFC under one arm and a 2-litre bottle of full sugar Coke in the other. And he's, hi, man. How are you? Oh, it's okay. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but they just kind of sewed it up and everything's fine. Right. Okay, well, look, we were talking, and obviously there's going to be some changes, I'm obviously going to have to happen in your life, and we're here to help. What changes? What changes? So, well, you're obviously going to have to change your diet and so on. So, no, why? I said, well, because you had a brain aneurysm, and obviously the doctor said, it doesn't matter. No, everyone gets one equipment glitch in their life, and this was mine, and it's happened now, so everything's fine. I've had my thing, so I can just go on. It's like, okay, well, we wish you many happy and fruitful years with your choice. But I actually had a theory that he was going to outlive us all. Because, he was like already 20 years older than the rest of us. Like, he was like an adult when we were teenage gamers when we, unfortunately, first met him. But my thought was, that, because he always looked the same. Like over the decades, this guy would never change. Other gamers, they grow from teenagers to 20-year-olds to 30-year-olds to broken 40-year-olds to weeping 50-year-olds. Not this guy. He was just the same fat guy. Yeah, I figured that maybe the cholesterol is actually forming a shield around his cells, so that chronons are actually physically bouncing off his body. So like he's actually impervious to time. We'll all be 98 in wheelchairs in some old folks' home, and this guy will stride past with his bucket of KFC's 2-liter Coke. Anyone want to play Traveller? Literally, after the bomb's fallen, empires have crumbled back into the dust. Mutant cockroaches and seagulls have overrun the world. This guy will be striding the nuclear wastelands, trying to teach them how to cook KFC and brew Coke for him. But no, in fact, as I may have said, I found out that he, in fact, died a year or so ago, and it caught up with him. Friends said, yeah, he got his 70, which, he did. He got into his 70s. However, of course, those last 20 years were raw hell, because he lost mobility. He had to go into care. He disappeared from gaming because he's in a hospice somewhere, and not a good thing. So look, anyway, long and the short of it is, yet more strange tales of Toxic Gamer. And also just look after yourselves, people. Look after yourselves. Eat well. Do a movement-based exercise, because we forget how we move. You don't have to be pumping iron, but just do something that gets your joints moving and gets you moving. You forget that you can jump and you can run and you can duck and you can dodge and you can do all these things. And you will stay spry and happy till your end of days. Look after yourselves, for God's sakes, and please don't blow an O-ring while playing Ancients with someone. That's not something any human being in your games group has to face. Anyway, to Toxic Gamer. Cheers, everyone.